Hello, myself, Dr. Umaira, Assistant Professor in JT Arts, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. My topic is Annelida. The Annelida phylum Annelida means annuals. The animals which included into the phylum Annelida have annuals or rings known as ringworms or segmented worms. They are characterized by metamerically segmentation, true coelomic cavity, and worm-like body. They exist in various environments, including marine waters, fresh waters, and also in most terrestrial area. They exist in various environment. Also, their size is about few millimeters, near about to up to 3 meters. The body is segmented, which is most distinguishing feature of the annelid animals. The annelid animals, commonly known as glassworms or sandworms or mudworms. The main characteristic of annelid animals are nothing but the, they are triploblastic animal, means body itself has three layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. The body is bilaterally symmetrical, means if we cut the body in middle, then two segments are separated and each have equal parts. Such characteristic is known as bilateral symmetry. And animal is coelomate. That means in between body wall and alimentary canal, a cavity is present. Such animals are called coelomate animals, and body is segmented. The animal is metazone, that means many cellular or multicellular animals are the annelida. The habits or habitat of the animal is they are mostly aquatic, marine or freshwater. Some are burrowing or living in tubes. Some are free living. Body is covered by thin cuticle having chitinous CT in most of them. Their body wall is covered with glandular epithelium. That means among the epithelial cells, glandular cells are present, which is helpful for the secretion of the mucus and give slimy texture to the body. Below the epidermis, muscles are present, consist of circular muscle fibers and longitudinal muscle fibers. The body is metamerically segmented, means each segment are same in structure, and among the segments presence of depression or is the groove is there, which is known as transverse groove. These grooves are present externally as well as internally and divide the body into septa or segments. The coelom is present. Coelom consists of coelomic fluid. Besides these, single preoral segment called the postomium and similar post-segmental region posteriorly known as pygidium is present. In the case of annelid animals, the digestive system is more or less straight but differentiated into different regions. In it, the digestion is entirely extracellular. The excretion takes place by the help of nephridia. Circulatory system is closed type and nervous system consists of pair of preoral ganglia or brain and paired ventral nerve cord ganglioted in each segment. The larva, if present, is a trochosphere. So, the number of members of phylum and Annelida are modified for sedentary, active, or ectoparasitic life. So, circulatory system is closed type. Nervous system consists of ganglia and nerve cord, and the excretory system consists of nephridia. Its members are either sedentary, that means found in the terrestrial region, or they are also perform the life as a ectoparasite. The annelid animals classified into four classes: class Polychaeta, class Oligochaeta, class Hirodinia, and fourth one is class Archaeannelida. Now we will study one by one. First of all, the our topic is class Polychaeta. The Polychaeta is marine and carnivorous animals, that means living in the seawater, and its food is only flesh. Their body is elongated and segmented. The head consists of prostomium and periostomium. Here, the examples of the polychaeta animals are Aphrodite and Nereis. They are the animals which are living in the seawater. They are carnivorous, body is elongated and segmented. Head consists of the anterior part of the head consists of two parts, prostomium and periostomium. They bear eyes, tentacles, cirri, and pulse. CT. CT are nothing but the locomotory organ, which are numerous and born off from the body wall, known as parapodia. In such animals of class Polychaeta, the clitellum is absent. Cirri are present in for respiration. Coelom is spacious, that means large space is present in between alimentary canal and body wall. Alimentary canal consists of buccal region and pharynx. The excretory organs are segmentally paired, known as nephridia. Sexes are separated in the class Polychaeta animals. The fertilization is external. Its larval stage is free swimming larva, known as trochophore. Reproduction takes place asexually by the help of lateral budding. So, these are the characteristics of the class Polychaeta animal. Its example is Aphrodite and Nereis. The next class of Annelida is Oligochaeta. In the case of the Polychaeta animal, chaeta means CT and CT is the locomotory organ. Polychaety means many CT is present, which is locomotory organ. And in the case of the class Oligochaeta, the large number of many CT is present, hence its class is Oligochaeta. The animals which are included into the class Oligochaeta are mostly terrestrial. Some are freshwater animals. Their body is distinguished externally as well as internally by the help of the connection, by the help of some depression, which is nothing but the septum, and by the help of the septum the segments are separated and called as the body is segmented. In such animals, head is distinct but eye and tentacles are absent. Parapodia, which is nothing but the locomotory organ, present in the polychaeta animal but absent in the oligochaeta animals. CT, which is nothing but the locomotory organ, is arranged segmentally. That means each segment of the body consists of CT. The clitellum is usually present, as you know. The segment from 14 to 17, presence of a girder-like structure is there. This girder-like structure is called clitellum, which is the main characteristic feature of the class Oligochaeta. In the class Oligochaeta, pharynx is not irreversible and without jaws. The animals are hermaphrodite, that means sexes are separated. Sexes are united, and both male and female sex organs are present in one and single organism. Development is direct, takes place within cocoon secreted by the clitellum. So main function of the clitellum is formation of the cocoon. In the cocoon, deposition of the eggs and takes place, fertilized eggs takes place, where the development of young one miniature takes place inside the cocoon. So this is the fundamental work of clitellum, helpful for the formation of the cocoon. Such characteristics is found in the class Oligochaeta of phylum Annelida. In the case of the class Oligochaeta, the no free larval stage is found. The example of class Oligochaeta is nothing but the Pheretima posthuma, commonly known as earthworm. So this is the about the class Oligochaeta. Now the next class of phylum Annelida is nothing but the class Hirudinea. In the class Hirudinea, the mostly animals are ectoparasite. That means they are living at the external side, at the outer surface of the body of their host. They are present in freshwater forms. Some are marine, feeding upon fishes and other animals. Body is elongated and flattened dorsoventrally or cylindrical. The body consists of definite number of segments, and each segment breaks up into 2 to 4 rings or annuli. The parapodia and CT are absent in such animals. Body is consist of anterior and posterior suckers. Both are situated ventrally. This is the example of the class Hirudinea, and the name of the animal is Hirudinaria granulosa. The animal's body consists of two suckers. One is, as you know, at the mouth region, presence of one sucker is there, and at posterior region another sucker is present, which is helpful for locomotion and attachment of the body to the substratum. In case of the Hirudinary animal, the mouth opens on the ventral surface in the anterior sucker, while anus opens dorsal to the posterior sucker. The animals are hermaphrodite, that means male and female sex organs are present in single animal. Reproduction takes place either sexually or asexually. Mostly, asexual reproduction is not common. Eggs are laid in cocoon similar to that of the earthworm. Here, in case of the Hirudinaria, also deposition of egg takes place in case-like structure which is called cocoon. In the case of Hirudinaria, the development is direct, that means no any larval stage is found. From the fertilized eggs, directly formation of young one of Hirudinaria animal takes place. So in such a way, here the class of Annelida is completed. First class is nothing but the class Polychaeta. The example is Aphrodite and Nereis. Second class is Oligochaeta. Its example is earthworm. And third class is Hirudinea. Its example is Hirudinaria. It is commonly called leech. Now, the next unit of Annelida animal is nothing but its economic importance. So why economically they are very well known? Because among them the earthworm is commonly called friends of farmer, and they perform their important role in formation of vermi composting. So the earthworms are better known as the friend of farmer due to the reasons, that means it is helpful for the formation of vermicomposting. For that purpose, the earthworms improve the fertility of soil in different ways. They are of important in agriculture. Actually, earthworms are burrowing animal living in the burrow. They enter into the burrow, comes out from the soil surface in such a way the soil becomes porous and permit the aeration and quick absorption of water. Hence, it permits easy and deep penetration of plant roots. Other than it, they also bring fresh soil substance to the surface, which is fine in structure, rich in organic material. In such a way, the fertility of soil is also increases. They also reduce the alkalinity and acidity of the soil and provide the better condition for plant growth. After their death and decomposition, they increase the organic constituents of the soil and helpful to make the soil fertile. So in such a way, the it is helpful to the ploughmans for the exchange of the material, exchange of the soil from inner side of the earth surface to the outer surface, helpful for the ploughing. The another important characteristic of earthworms are there. They are also used as a bait and food. In the fishing phenomena, for the attraction of the fishes, the small pieces of earthworm is used for the attraction of the fishes. The fishes catch the earthworms as a food material, and fishermen easily capture fishes. In such a way, The earthworms were used as a food for many uncivilized people of the world also. Earthworm also eaten by frogs, toads and birds, which are many useful to the mankind. So they are also have very economic importance. Many people of the rural areas catching them and supply to scientific laboratory. So in such a way they also helpful in the as a study material. In the case of Ayurvedic and Unani medicine, the worms are used in making medicines for cure of disease like bladder stones, jaundice, pyorrhea, piles, rheumatism, etc. Nowadays, these are used in making various medicines of vital importance in India as well as other countries. So, in such a way, the earthworms play an important role and increase our economy, helpful to us in many ways. Besides this, earthworm also perform the function in formation of vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is a type of composting in which several species of earthworms are used to enhance the process of organic waste conversion and produce better end products. It is a process utilized microorganisms and worms. Earthworm feeds the organic waste material and passes it through their digestive system and gives out in granular form, which is known as vermicompost. Vermicompost is earthworms excrement called castings, which can improve biological, chemical, and physical properties of the soil. In such a way, their casting is as a used as a fertilizer. The production of the vermicompost is used as a different components are used for the formation of the vermicompost, that means straw, husk, leaves, stalks, weeds, and these are converted into the vermicompost. So in such a way the earthworms consume organic waste and reduce the volume by 40 to 60% and helpful our formation of the vermicompost. So the earthworms, near about 36 types of earthworms which are divided into burrowing and non-burrowing types, and they are helpful for the formation of compost. Mostly burrowing animal helpful for production of vermicompost, while non-burrowing animals also also eliminate their waste products, waste material, and convert them organic waste into vermicompost faster than the burrowing earthworms. So in such a way, the burrowing and non-burrowing both type of annelids earthworms are useful in our life. They can tolerate temperatures ranging 0 to 40 degree, but regeneration capacity is more at 25 to 30 degree centigrades. The vermicomposting depend on the amount of production and composting structure. Small scale vermicomposting is done to meet personal requirement and farmers or gardeners can harvest about 5 to 10 tons of vermicompost annually. On the other hand, the large scale vermicomposting is done at commercial scale by recycling large quantity of organic waste in modern facilities with the production of more than hundreds of tons annually. So in such a way, the formation of vermicomposting or formation of the vermicompost is one of the most important phenomena of the earthworms. The vermicompost are beneficial for us because they have high percentage of both macro and micro nutrients than the garden compost. Other than nutrients, fine worm cast is rich in sodium, phosphorus, and potassium, which are also readily available from and released within a month of application. Vermicompost also enhance plant growth, suppress diseases in plants, increase porosity and microbial activity in soil, and improve water retention and aeration. Vermicompost is also benefits the environment by reducing the need of chemical fertilizers and decreasing the amount of waste going to landfills. So in such a way, vermicompost production is increasing worldwide and it is especially its demand is more in Western countries, Asia Pacific, and Southeast Asia. In such a way, the earthworms are as known as friends of the farmer on the basis of its such characteristics. So thank you very much for listening me and thank you very much.